welcome back to Southpaw Diecast. I'm Scott. Okay, so here we have a second F1 Hot Wheel that I'm going to paint up for the downhill race on October 9th by Boss Championship Racing. Now, what's different about this car, it's from 2000, but it was a car that was in McDonald's Happy Meals. Back in the day, when they had Hot Wheels in the Happy Meals, they were good quality. They had metal bodies, they had decent wheels, sometimes even a metal chassis. But nowadays, when they do Hot Wheels, it's like the body is plastic, the base is plastic, the wheels are cheap. They're more of just a plastic toy than a Hot Wheel, in my opinion. So I'm going to get this apart. We're going to check it out and see what we're dealing with. So stay tuned. Okay, so we got the F1 car apart. Not much to it, really. Just the wheels here. Got the base, which is plastic. There's no driver in the cockpit. I was kind of disappointed with that. But oh well. And then, of course, we got the body, and we tapped and drilled that out. So we're going to get it in the citrus strip and let that do its thing and get the paint off of it. And we'll go from there. Stick around. Okay, so it's that time again. The orange toxic goo. And we're going to plop this F1 body down there and let it do its thing. Down, down she goes. Let's push her down here a little bit. This stuff's kind of thick. And we'll let that soak for about a day or so and rinse her off and prep it for paint. Okay, so I got the body out of the citrus strip, and now I got my Scotch-Brite wheel on my Dremel. I'm just going to go over it and get everything nice and smooth and all the little imperfections ready for the Tamiya Fine Primer, and then, of course, the dark sunrise yellow paint. And I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I just go over it again. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but to me it just does so much good work and helps the quality of the paint. Now it's a little harder on these F1 bodies because you got the back wing, got all sorts of body work and stuff you got to try to get in between, but it's worth it. So let's move on. Okay, so now that I've let the Tamiya Fine Primer dry, I'm going to hit it with some dark sunrise yellow. And now this is another Krylon can of paint. I like it because it's very glossy and it works well for these cars that are going to race downhill. And I'm just getting a nice even coat because the primer is a gray, so this needs to be covered pretty well so it doesn't show through. It's going on really well. I like the looks of it. It's going to be a little darker once it dries. I'm kind of underneath these bright lights, so it looks a little brighter than it really is. Yeah, see, that looks really good. That's going to look sharp once the decals are on it. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so we got everything done on the second F1 car for my entry into the race in October. And I went ahead and I did the same thing. I colored the wheels black. I didn't do anything to the chassis. There was not even a driver in the chassis. So I just left that alone. And then, of course, here's the paint job on the body that I did. The Camel sponsored Ayrton Senna car. And now let's get this together and see how it looks. Okay, so here's where we started with the 2000 McDonald's Happy Meal F1 car. So let's get to the reveal. All right, here it is, the Camel sponsored Formula One car that was driven by Ayrton Senna back in the day. And this was a great build. I love it. I really love doing race cars, and I really like trying to make them look as realistic as possible. And I really enjoy this. And I think it looks great. It turned out wonderful. It's got that great shine to it, thanks to 2K clear coat from Paul at Diecast Graveyard. And I can't wait to see this run down the track in the race on October 2nd at Boss Championship Racing. It's going to be a blast. Hey, if it doesn't win, it still looks good, right? So if you like this video, hit the like button, show some love, and subscribe because it's always free. And we'll see you next time because I got another part to this build and event that I'm going to surprise you guys with. So stay tuned.